Okay, crap to cream, part 2, final part. The installation of the springs into a Range Rover Classic 2, converting from air to coils. So yes, the coil springs are in now. The parts that I had to let go, I had to let the sway bar go. No suspension links had to be let go. Shocky mount, have to let that go. And when you do this, I would suggest you do the passenger side first, the near side first, and then this one. Trying to do them both at the same time like I did initially doesn't work. Or it didn't work for me anyway. Yep, so that's it. Shocky mount, drop the suspension, drop the axle off. Same deal this side, sway bar link there, let that go. Let the shocky mount go here, drop the axle down. Put the spring in, put these plates in and put these bolts in and get the spring as flat as possible, so the bar's as flat as possible, and don't forget to put a washer under the bolt. Then put this in place, compress it, new shock mounts, and then put the axle back up to the shock. Done the turret mounts, clean them up, put new clips on them, and that's it really. It's pretty straightforward. So yeah, do this one first, passenger side first, and then do the driver's side. All right, so down the back. So now the rear springs are in, same deal. Let the shock mount go here, undo that. And I did the rear both at the same time, so let both shock mounts go, drop the axle, put the springs in, put these little plates in here, which are quite tricky to get in and get lined up. Make sure you put the washers underneath the bolts, underneath the plate, so it keeps the bar as flat as possible. You have to let the sway bar links go. The axle won't drop far enough if you don't. So let that go on both sides first. All right, so yeah, sway bar link, let that go first. Plate in with the bolts, get the springs as flat as possible. And yes, the sway bar link here. And on the rear axle, you need to let this brake go here. This brake line block, undo that. And that allows it to flex up so that you get the axles drop a little bit further and not put any strain on the brake lines. So that's it. Yeah, pretty straightforward, the rear. Looks all pretty good now. Nice and neat and tidy. And then also, while I had the car up on the hoist, I did the oil seal, all the oil seals around the oil filter, because they were all leaking, and put a new switch on, a new oil pressure switch. So yeah, all looks pretty neat and tidy now. So I'll put it on the floor and then yeah, see what the ride height looks like.